Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.
Good morning. How are you? Hey, I'm glad you're here in our PBS classroom. I'm Mrs. Hammock, your first grade teacher, and you are fabulous first grade. I was just looking at this story, The Girl Who Never Made a Mistake by Mark Pett and Gary Rubenstein. Is that possible? A girl who could never make a mistake? Anybody who could never make a mistake. I make mistakes all the time, don't you? That's kind of how we learn. But this story is about a little girl who doesn't make any mistakes until one day something happens. This might be a story that you might want to read about mistakes and how we make them and why we make them and what do we do when we make them. It might be a good one for you to check out. The Girl Who Never Made Mistakes. I wonder how she fixes that. I think mistakes are important because mistakes are how we learn. And sometimes we need to make mistakes in order to remember next time not to do something that didn't work out so well. So don't be afraid to make some mistakes. Be careful, but also it's okay to learn from your mistakes. And remember, if a mistake that you make has something to do with someone else, you make sure you tell them that you were sorry and that you made that mistake. Hey, I'm super glad you're here today. Well, let's wake up our brain and start listening for sounds and letters. Are you ready? Okay. Good job. All right, today it's Friday, so you know on Friday we train our ears. We play two games. We play a blending game and a segmenting game. So I'm going to say some sounds. I want you to put them together and tell me what my word is. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. S, n. What's my word? Sun. Good job. How about this one? D, r, drum. How many sounds? 4. Good job. Okay, now we're going to do it in reverse. I'm going to tell you a word, and I want you to take it apart sound by sound. That's called segmenting. Here we go. Spun. Spun. Ready? Spun. Spun. Good job. That helps us to know how to do that when we're ready to write some words. Segmenting is really helpful. Here we go. Truck. 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 4 sounds. Good job. All right, it's time for us to do our fluency. I am going to mix these up because it's Friday, so you need a little challenge. I'm going to mix these up. We're going to practice as quick as we can, and then we're going to get to some word building. Here we go. L, lemon, ol. F, fire, f. C, camel, k. T, turtle, t. N, nest, n. E, egg, eh. S, sun, s. R, rose, r. M, map, m. P, piano, p. O, octopus, ah. I, insect, I. B, bat, b. And A, apple, a. Good job. All right, let's do some blends and see if we can get those just as quick. Are you ready? All right. T-R, tr. B-L, bl. S-P, sp. F-L, fl. S-N, sn. C-L, cl. P-L, pl. S-L, sl. C-R, cr. And F-R, fr. How'd you do? You're getting really fast. I almost can't turn the cards fast enough. Good job. All right, today, all this week, we've been focused on the short U. U, umbrella, It says like in the word up. All right, let's blend some words together. You ready? Gum. Good. Do you like to chew gum? Yeah, I do too. All right, how about this one? Let's switch this around and put this in the front. And what's my word? Hug. Hug. Great. All right. Oh, my friend, Mrs. Boringer, loves this type of dog. Pug. Pug. Do you like a pug? What if we add an extra sound in the middle there, like a blend? Now what does it say? Plug. Plug. Great job. It's time for us to read our story. Are you ready? Okay. Our story today is lots of fun for Pup. Let me move our chart a little bit more out of the way. There we go. All right, here we go. Remember, we're going to sound out the words and look for those high frequency words that we've already learned. Here we go. Pup. Pup has a big red drum. Pup can tap the drum. Tap, tap, tap. Pup can have fun. Tap, tap the drum, Pup. Good job. All right, I saw some short U words in that story. Did you see them? Let's see if we can find them. We have the word fun. What else do you see? Pup. Good job. All right, let's look at this first row of words. Pup has a big red drum. What are my short U words? Pup, good. And drum, very nice. What do you see in this row? The same two words, right? Pup and drum. Good job. Pup and fun. Hey, I'm seeing a lot of the same words. Are you? Here's drum and pup again. Wow. And look at all the sight words that are in this story. Has and a and the and of. Great job. Do you see why it's important to know those high frequency words? Because they really, really come in handy when we're reading. And speaking of high frequency words, it's time for us to practice ours for this week. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Could. This is a hard one. C-O-U-L-D. Could. This word cannot be sounded out. You just have to remember what it looks like and memorize it. That means you got to lock it away in your brain. Could. How about this word? Then. Then. T-H-E-N. Then. The next one, live. L-I-V-E, live. The next one, one. O-N-E, like the number one. And the last one, three. T-H-R-E-E, three. Now, I saved these two because I want you to notice something. Do you see this starts with a T-H? This word is then. Do you hear that sound? This one also starts with a TH, but listen to how it starts. Three. Do you hear that the TH has two different sounds? Yeah, so try them out. When you're sounding out a word or you're looking at a word, you might need to try both of the sounds that makes. All right, we're gonna write a sentence together today using our high frequency words, just because that's why we learn them, to read and write. 3 ducks live in 1 tub. All right, you ready? 3 ducks. All right, let's start with 3. That's a capital T because it's the beginning of our sentence. 3. All right, now we have to sound out ducks. Ready? D, d. K. That's a short U, so I can put the CK together. 3 ducks live, L-I-V-E, in, that's the word in, 1, O-N-E, 1, tub, T-U-B, tub. 3 ducks live in 1 tub. Do you see how we used our high frequency words? That's exactly what they're for reading and for writing. Okay, now I'm going to move our sentence because we are going to be talking about contractions. We've been working on contractions all week long. They are a shortcut for saying 2 words. And we've been using karate, remember, to kick out some of the letters. A contraction, push 2 words together, kick out some letters, and add an apostrophe. And here is our example here, and we've been practicing that all week long. So I have kind of a little test for you, okay? So before we get to the test, I thought we would build a couple of contractions together. So that way you can practice your karate. You ready? Okay, here we have what is. Okay, so in order to change it, we have to karate chop out the I. We're going to get rid of the I. And what do we need to add? That's right, it's called apostrophe. Apostrophe. All right, we have let us. We're going to karate chop the U, get rid of it, kick it out, and add an apostrophe. And now we have let's, what's, and let's. All right, you did that really well. Okay, now I have a test for you. Can you tell me which one of those words is spelled correctly for its? Is it this one, or this one? What does the apostrophe do? Right. The apostrophe shows us where we kicked out the letter, so it has to be right there. Let's try the next one. Which one is correct? You are really paying attention. We kicked out the I. Good job. We don't really have time to finish the next ones, but I want you to practice looking for words that are contractions in the stories that you read. Okay? Great. Sing with me. Goodbye now, the clock says we're done. I'll see you on Monday. Goodbye, everyone. Have a great day.
Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.